Let's talk about this first with Dan Sodergren, digital marketing and tech expert. Dan, morning.
Good morning.
Why has he done this?
Well, it's a good question, but when Elon Musk bought Twitter and the amount of things he's actually done, we do always ask the question, why has he done this? You know, he fired lots of people, probably about half of them, did lots of different changes, which I won't go into. There's a whole raft of them. You can go and find out yourself how many things he's done to the poor thing. And now it looks like he's killed the bird as well. So why does Elon Musk do this? It's a really good question. He's one of the richest people in the world. It's most probably because he can. It might be because it keeps us talking about it. That's another guess. But actually, I think deep down, it's because Elon Musk always wanted to kill Twitter off anyway and replace it with the thing that he wanted to build himself, which is more to do with payments. You've got to remember his obsession with X is not only with the Tesla X, but also X.com was a payment system. He really wants to rebuild or to build something that they call over in China WeChat. It's a kind of an app that does everything, including micropayments and all sorts of clever stuff. And of course, Twitter couldn't do that. So he's not just done a rebrand. It's not just changed the colours from being kind of blue and about thinking and about nice things. It's gone for a black kind of authoritarian submissive thing with this white X on there, which apparently didn't take very long to create either. So it's quite a bold move from a CEO, and I don't think you've ever seen anything like it before. He literally tweeted about it or X'd about it. I mean, do we even call them tweets anymore? I don't know. There you go. He even X'd about it, and then it happened almost overnight. So it's a huge story, really.
Yeah, the changes actually just happened in the last hour. I was going to ask you, Dan, is it possibly a reaction to Threads, that new social media platform launched by Facebook? But I just had a look on my phone at the Threads logo, and the Threads logo is a white logo on a black background. So, is there any connection between the two, do you think?
Knowing Elon Musk, which of course I don't, I don't think you do, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was that basic. The colours themselves aren't really tied into the right psychology of these things. You've got to remember that it might feel like a very easy and quick thing to do, but of course you've got a load of other stuff that says Twitter on it, which is now redundant. You know, rebrands cost millions upon millions of pounds, and if you get it wrong, it costs the brand millions and millions of pounds. So a rebrand is often seen as the last refuge of a bad marketer because you're kind of desperate to change the values and change the products. You can't change the products, you change the values, so you change the logo and the colours. Normally people just change colours. They don't tend to change the name as well. So, you know, I mean, I don't know if you saw, there's a couple of really cool rebrands that happened. Burger King did one a few years ago, so that went really well, but some of them have already gone really badly. I don't know if you know Tropicana, but Tropicana changed its logos and all the rest of it, and that cost them about £35 million of the sales, as well as it costed them £30 million. So it doesn't always go right. I'm not a complete non-fan of it, let's be fair, but I think it's done for very, very bizarre and egotistical reasons. But if he's looking to create this WeChat version, then actually it kind of makes sense. So there might be method in the madness.
I guess there's a lot of language tied up in this as well. You know, we talk about retweets, don't we? Mm-hmm. And you know, tweets themselves. Are we going to have to get used to calling them re-X's? And, you know, posts are now X's.
Well, precisely, and how bizarre is that, you know? And then obviously you couldn't say Twitter X because that was a completely different thing, you know. So there's a whole new world and lexicon that somebody somewhere will have to create, or we'll create ourselves, and we'll be saying this stuff. So as I say, you know, 15 years of kind of what they call brand equity and good feeling gone overnight. It seems a bizarre move to do, but you know, as we know, Elon Musk does some pretty bizarre things. So yes, I don't think anyone's thought about if you're going to have to X our X's. You know, I don't know where we're going to go with it all. And they look a bit like kisses as well. So, whole new world. We'll find out most probably tomorrow and the next day. Are we no longer retweeting? We're just Xing. And if we are Xing, what the heck does that all mean? But, of course, it doesn't change the product or the technology bit behind it or how we use it. It's just most probably how we view it.
Dan, stay with me.